All right. Team Ruthless, baby. Vice to the right. Arc to the left. And damn, it's that sexy boy Eclipse in the middle. I've been hanging out with Biz too much. Team Ruthless, baby. Today we talking about, sequels that are coming out that we're excited for and sequels that need to be made. Like, all right, let's start off with you, dog. Oh, don't hit me with the yawn, bro. That shit's contagious.
Boring the fuck out of them.
Okay, so one, you guys know how much I love the Metro series. Metro 1 and 2, great behind games.
Isn't another one coming out?
Metro Exodus.
Okay.
And apparently it's supposed to be like somewhat, it's going to be a linear game, but it's going to have more, it's going to be more open. I'm trying to think of a game that's like that, where
Like
it's
God
linear.
of War?
Yeah, exactly like God of War. Wait, the new one, right?
Yeah.
See, I never played that yet.
Well, it's linear, but it's kind of open. Like, there's stuff you can kind of explore and go out the way, but for the most part, it's linear. Like, you don't have to. Like Uncharted 2, the last Uncharted 4.
Yeah, that was
Pretty
the same
linear,
one.
but like there's areas where you can go explore and stuff, which is okay. But
I would love to see Uncharted 5. I would like to see Uncharted where, not to talk about another sequel, but another Uncharted.
go ahead.
Hey,
All right, okay. So at
why we're here.
the,
This is why we're here, buddy.
so the end of Uncharted 4, they had it where, Sully and Drake's brother, they were talking about. He's like, well, if you have any more missions, I can help you out. And I was like, wow, that'd be pretty sick, Or Drake's daughter that he had, his kid, he goes on adventures. Like, even though his dad gets kidnapped, her dad gets kidnapped, he tries to go save him or something like that, or the parents get kidnapped, and maybe Drake dies. You're like, oh crap, and then I don't know. Or the parents die. I don't know.
Drake is a survivor, so I wouldn't want to see him die, but I wouldn't mind.
everybody gotta go sometime.
Yeah, but he's a survivor. Like the whole series, he's barely surviving everything, but he always makes it. So I kind of be mad if they ruin that. But I wouldn't mind playing with the daughter or whatever and seeing the apple doesn't fall from the tree and.
Mm-hmm. And then the daughter was she's the daughter of a reporter, and well, they're both adventurers, but the daughter was also a reporter as well, or the mother was a reporter. And another last game, another Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played that third one.
I never played a third one, but I hear it was really good.
Yes, it was.
Actually, you know what? No, I lie.
Everybody says it's hard as fuck.
I lie. You know what I really want? Another Jack X.
That's what I
Jack X.
Jack X was fire.
Jesus Christ. Maybe Sonic Riders. Okay, now I'm going.
I need
Yo,
another
my
Sonic
God.
Riders, bro.
That game is so underrated.
Dude, the
Yo.
first one, okay, the second one was cool, but the first one was way better.
The second one, I didn't like the gravity stuff. Like, it was
Yeah.
cool flying around and stuff, but I'm on a hoverboard. Like,
I wanted to drift
and stuff.
I wanted to drift.
Yeah,
'Cause instead
drift.
of drifting, you had the little crystal. Like,
And you fly.
I was like, that's cool, but I was like, the drifting felt great because you're just like,
Yeah, the gravity stuff kind of slowed the game down. Like,
It
you
did.
stopped, you float in the air, turn around, boosted. Whereas in the first one, you hit that hard drift.
and then especially when you're like cutting that corner barely, like,
Yeah, it looks so pretty.
Yeah,
Oh.
it did. And it felt good to pull
so
off.
Pretty.
And
Oh my
it
God.
drifted into like the what's them air things called? I don't even remember what they're called, but the little airwaves you could ride and you drift into it. Pop,
Oh,
pop the trick. Pop, bam, you in first. Ooh.
Oh, the turbulence.
Yeah, the turbulence.
Oh, and he did like whoop, whoop,
Yeah,
whoop.
bro. And it was on fire, bro.
All right, hold on. Okay, I lied again. The last game,
No, go ahead,
Keep going, man.
Burnout Paradise 2. Burnout Paradise is
Burnout-
my favorite racer.
Burnout
Like
is such a
arcade
fun
wise.
game.
Dude, Burnout Paradise is so great. I got you now, Logic.
Yo, throwback. Shout out to
Dude,
Snow.
like,
Yeah.
dude, people used to get so salty. Like, when I used like one of the weakest cars in the game, and when I would take someone down in a Nighthawk, like one of the strongest cars in the
Yo.
game, they would get so salty. They would be chasing me for minutes, and I'd be just drifting. Like, you can't hit me. You can't get hit. Oh,
That game was
dude.
fire, though.
Okay,
I
what about
sucked
you?
at it, but it
In
was
the
fire.
spirit of Burnout, I'm gonna say Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
I need a sequel for PS4.
I think it would be dope. Like,
Did you say a sequel? Because that sounds like a Dragon Ball Z thing.
one came out on PS3, right?
Yeah,
And it wasn't bad.
That's why they need one for PS4.
But yeah, one on PS4 would be dope.
Yes, man. With the updated graphics, being able to play online, I
It
bet you that thing will pop off just like Rocket League.
Oh, it'd be
Man,
crazy.
yeah, they should even do like maybe not like a Rocket League, well, maybe like a
I'm
little
saying
soccer mode.
people would love it. Like,
Yeah, blowing people up.
Yeah.
There was that one character I'll never forget. He had like two big ass wheels next to him. He would drive like this.
Yeah,
He was that black dude. Like, do, 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 do.
bro, that
That
dude
dude,
was
he used to
funny.
scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
I always felt sorry for him. Like, yo, is he like when you read the little story on him, he's stuck like that?
Yeah,
Yo,
He's stuck like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't my choice or something. I don't remember what put him like in there. Might have been a
It was a long
clown.
time ago.
I don't remember,
That's-
but yeah, he's stuck like that, and he has
I
to.
didn't know that.
He has to win to get out of it or something.
He has no way to get out?
No, unless he wins. And then I always felt bad for him because like he had no defense because he's literally
just him.
his body in two wheels.
Just
Like
him.
you just shoot in the middle, he's getting blown away.
And he was taking those bullets hard, man. And he's like, ugh.
Swole black dude stuck in his time. Why they always gotta have a black dude in chains or something?
They're just trying to impress him because they know he'd win.
You can carry the whole thing up.
He's got those two big ass
He
wheels.
put the
He's
wheels
carrying
on
it
his
to you.
back door.
Look at this shit. Look at this fucking thing. Ooh,
Put-
getting all the way to the end. Twisted Clown.
Ooh.
The hardest hitting car in the game.
Wasn't he?
Fuck you, Gumby.
Yo, that was so funny.
He wasn't even
Fuck
a
you,
car. He was
Gummy.
like a bicycle because it was two wheels, right?
No, he was a
Nah,
ice
he was
cream
like
truck.
the clown was ice
Oh, the
cream truck, yeah.
clown.
Yeah.
Oh. That wasn't even
Yeah,
a car.
he
That
was
was a
OP.
truck.
Yeah, it was an ice cream truck.
You just said one of the hardest hitting
I
cars.
want
It was
You know what I'm talking about.
vehicles.
vehicle. You know what I'm talking about.
Ew. I'm like sniffing. I'm a little sick, guys.
Is
so
there
try
any
not to
other
sniff my
games
mic.
you got in your mind, Chris? Any other sequels?
Yes. Sly Cooper.
I never really played those
We
games.
brought Ratchet and Clank back, and you already said Jack and Daxter. We need Sly Cooper because you don't get really those stealth, like you're not supposed to like power your way through games anymore, unless you're talking like what was the last one, like Splinter Cell or
Oh, Splinter
That-
Cell.
yeah.
Splinter
The
Cell.
two-player
was in
co-op
that.
ones? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Last game was kind of the Metal Gear. That
Yeah,
came
Metal
out.
Gear Solid. That was probably like the last.
You know, I'm
one.
fixing my pants. I didn't know the camera could see all that. I feel
Sees
kinda bad.
everything, boy. Ooh,
Picking up-
take it off.
Look at him.
Ooh, jeans in the
God, I look so
summertime.
I look so huge right now. I feel like I'm a giant compared to you guys.
You do look taller. Like you look
Chris is
long.
closer to the camera than anybody.
He still looks long though. I don't know why.
I
he
look like I'm
looks so
taller than everybody. I
long.
feel like I'm almost as tall as this house. Like I just stand up and I'll be just like protruding over
That sounds
everybody.
so weird. He looks so long. No homo pops.
You know how to spell long?
I have nothing against homo. So. It's so long.
L-O.
Hey.
not to get distracted, not to digress. But I saw this one scene. Remember the dude from what was that movie? Ant-Man, the actor, the main actor from
Yeah.
Ant-Man. There was a scene.
All right.
Oh yeah, there was a scene in this other movie where he's looking in the mirror and he's like, "You want this dick? You want this dick?
What movie was
You
that
want
again?
this long dick?" And then some guy opens the door. He's like, "Hey man, you good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good."
Stupid.
I don't remember, but it was
Hey,
funny.
we
as
should bring
crap.
that up. Movies that need sequels.
All right, but anyways, back to Sly Cooper. I played the first one. I enjoyed the heck out of it. But when I tried to play 2 and 3, I just
You wasn't feeling it?
wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't.
I never really played them. They look kind of boring to me. But
Really? Nah, man. You had a lot of fun with those games.
I like the first one a lot. The first one.
It wasn't mash them up.
I'm surprised they never got an HD remaster or anything.
Yeah.
Maybe sooner or later.
Like they did it for Ratchet and Clank, which
Yeah.
I'm happy about, but you know.
I probably would have looked at it then and picked it up, but
doubt.
I don't even have my PS2 anymore.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yo, you know what they need to make a sequel of? Power Stone.
Oh.
Never played it.
That game. That's probably one of the best party fighters
Yeah,
like in history.
dude. it was a beast beat 'em up. You had this one guy, Asian dude.
Oh, the dude.
I don't remember his
Super
name.
Saiyan?
But when he got on, like, there was 3 stones on the map, and once you get them all, they like powered up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, he turned into Goku, bro.
He turned to Goku.
He's sitting there doing one-handed Kamehamehas, and then he'll do a spirit bomb, bro. He was
Dude,
so
and he was fast as
beat.
crap. And he had the kicks. Like, he was like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yes, it was
like a
so
Bruce Lee.
beat.
Yo.
He was sick. My boy was playing. He had like a white shirt on and orange pants, bro. That's all he needed.
Yeah.
Body in these boys,
Boom.
bro. For real, you get his stone. He's like, ah! And then he literally put the hands up. Take over the whole map. You sitting there just spamming that mess.
Sit down.
Power Stone is one of the best party beat 'em up games, and I don't even know why they haven't even like they did the remakes, but they were like PSP remakes.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they didn't even have online. Yo, gotta bring those back with online.
Honestly,
it's 2018.
a sequel that I want to see
Ew.
is it a City of 3?
No,
Not in the City of NT, but like a Dissidia. Because I mean, I enjoyed Dissidia a lot.
Me too.
Like the basic 1v1 was fun as heck.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed that.
was fine.
Because NT was cool, but the reason why I don't like NT because they took all the RPG element out of it. Because they had numbers up there and everything, but I'm like, what's the point of having all these numbers?
NT just they tried to do the whole like what Gundam did with the whole like arena type ish gameplay, team
They need to
gameplay.
keep it 1v1, or at least had an option to do 1v1.
Yeah, like,
2v2 max for me, honestly.
it should have been a 1v1 focused game. And if they want to do 2v2, 3v3s, do that. But that would have been more like for fun.
Yeah.
And it should have been like focused on one. Or maybe 2v2s instead of 3v. Like, because Gundam Versus is made for like 2v2s, but it has the option to do 3v3s and 1v1s.
Yeah, see, that's what they need to know about. Because if that game was a 2v2, it would have been fine. Because 3v3, everybody in that game was able to do like a fuck ton of things. And dodging was so fucking hard in that game.
Oh, it's weird.
I didn't enjoy it. Like, dodging in that game was hard. And
I
then
feel like
people could run away so fast, it was hard to catch up to them. You couldn't, like...
Yeah, once they start dashing away, you're not catching them.
And then you had to dash to...
stop.
And then you had to dash to them, and you had the same looking, like, little meter that you only dash, like, a certain amount. And then you had some people that could do, like, a... Kind of like in Gundam, we have the funnel types that can shoot. They just shooting beams.
Blocking was kind of useless, like, because in the other two, if you block, that was pretty much in time that right. You pretty much got the other person open and can counterattack. And this one, you block, they see you blocking, they're just gonna keep hitting you till you fall away. Then you're back to dodging back and forth until one of y'all hit each other. And the only way to do like real combos was to knock them into a wall and do it again. Like,
yeah.
Or team combos, which was kind of hard to pull off.
It was really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
You literally had to be playing together. There's no separating and taking them on individually.
Which
or all that.
is okay, but again, the only time you're in that situation is if somebody's dead or somebody is really bad. If everybody knows how to play the game, then if someone tries to lock on another person, then that other person is getting smacked in the back or whatever. So I don't know. It was kind of I don't know. It's kind of like the best way to play that game to me was like jumping people real quick and then knocking the other person away or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't like how it played, and that game flopped way harder than I thought it did. Because I actually played the game in Japan before it even came to the States, and when I first played, I thought it was cool. And I kind of liked how it worked and how they tried to balance some stuff. But that was me playing against computers and stuff. I didn't really know how it worked against with other players. But then when it finally came to the States and then we all got on a demo, like, I just didn't. Yeah, it was just like, it was okay. It wasn't worth $60. But then at the same time, too, they try to port this art. How old was that game? Like 2 years old? It was a year or two.
It was like 2.5.
Yo, sorry. It was like I keep sniffing the mic. I'm a little sick, but anyways, they try to port this free game in Japan to the States, $60, and there was I don't think
they didn't really add anything to it. So the loot boxes, this pseudo terrible story, which they were all
no story mode. I don't know.
Actually, no, the first
it wasn't the sequel the fans deserved.
No,
I'll just say that
because people keep saying because everybody was praising that game, saying actually no, they weren't. There was actually a lot of people that were hating it, and I don't blame them because
I can still see you, dog.
I'm trying not to get it in the mic. That's what I'm trying to do.
But no, so like people like I was telling them, I'm like, honestly, the reason why Gundam flopped was because it got shitty ass reviews only for the fact that they didn't have a lot of single player mode or a lot of co-op modes like the other ones, or they didn't have a story mode, which I was.
One of the Gundam reviews was like, "There's too much in this game." Like what?
Yeah, no, people were.
Oh, was it that?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, there's too many.
There's too many options.
Too many options, and we don't know how to play." Okay,
Get
so
good.
just get good. You trash ass people. That's why you get bodied online and quit the game.
Listen,
Yo,
Gundam
garbage.
Versus is a great game. It's my only problem with Gundam Versus is how they handle the DLC and $5 for all the for $20 each.
Yeah.
Or 20 Gundams for $5 each. But
That's $100 for all the fucking Gundams.
exactly for all the Gundam, and then they got Burning Gundam. And I want Burning Gundam so
Man
bad,
burns with an awesome power.
but I'm too cheap.
He's pretty beast, dog. You need to buy
I'm
him.
too cheap
You need to
to
buy
spend $5 on a Gundam.
At least just get him and Master.
I'm too cheap.
You should make a song called that. I'm too cheap. Get the
I'm too
DLC
cheap
for me.
for the DLC.
Nigga, I'm broke.
Man, I don't know.
Where
Bro.
my money here?
That was a dope sequel though, because that game I feel like.
They did it.
Granted, I lost my favorite Gundam because Strike Noah Gundam's not in the game. But in the dog Gundam I was using, I don't even know his name or what series he's from, but the dog was freaking beast.
I remember that one. We played it with the PS3 version.
But
The combos we did, Jesus.
and I can't wait for the Versus sequel that's supposed to be coming out.
Just making a versus sequel.
Talking about the Build Fighters.
Yes. What?
Build Fighter.
No,
Like an
there's a
actual
Versus
Versus.
sequel coming out.
Really?
Yeah, I
That's
just
good.
don't know when we're gonna get it because it's gonna hit arcades in Japan first for a while, and then I think we'll get the console version.
I hope they listen to fan
And
feedback.
the best thing about that too, because I also played the Gundam Versus in Japan before it came to the States. Like when they ported it to console, they added a bunch of more, Gundams to the console version and stuff, and they added all these new modes because they only had the Versus mode, I think,
Yep.
in the practice mode, I think. But they added all a bunch of new modes, the boss mode, the arcade, not arcade, survival or whatever. They added all that stuff.
Like the ultimate attack trial.
Yeah, they had those. Then the online, and then the player matches, and then the rank matches.
The casual matches.
Like they added all that stuff back. So yeah, it was pretty fire. Like those sequel done right.
The only thing I need them to do for the next one is the only thing I didn't like about it was they didn't have a lot of co-op stuff. Like, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, some of the times we like to fight against PCs. We do, like, you know, like remember they had like a plethora of like different routes you could do.
Yeah.
And you could do one route and you could do like 5 different routes in that one. And then each one was, and then they used to go down and were significantly harder. This one was only like, it was like what, like 3 or 2, and then
You talking about the trial attacks?
the trial
Yeah.
attacks.
Yo, dude, those are pretty hard once you get to like 8, 9.
Well, yeah, but those are like the trials where you actually climb up in numbers. But there was the other ones where you actually did routes, and then they were hard.
Oh,
And then there was actually one where there was actually a story behind some of them too for the PSP.
Yeah, there was a story behind it.
What was it? It was like Gundam. What was it?
Gundam?
Gundam D something? D fighter? No.
I don't remember how. it
Gundam
went.
versus D. It was something with a D. I know that, but it was good. It was
The other thing they needed to do was there was like, besides the 3v3 like casual and maybe 3v3 flying player matches, like there wasn't anything else to do 3v3. Like there should have been like 3v3 survival mode and a 3v3.
or they should have added more
boss
3v3.
mode.
I guess that's since that was the first time they tried it
Yeah.
out. That's the reason why they're being like really skeptical, because they were like, we're not sure if a lot of people are gonna like this, so we're gonna put too much time into it. That's
It was
what.
it was dope. But
That's what I tell people. I'm like, when a developer, like when you gotta think like a developer, like when you have a budget, they go like, you know, why didn't you do all this stuff with the 3v3? It's like, well, first off, they probably had a limited budget, and if they were put all that money into working at 3v3 and it fucking flopped because people don't like it, they would have wasted all that money on that 3v3 and not be able to put in more guns and all that stuff because they were working too much on those modes. Maybe.
Man, I don't think it'll be hard to put just one more player in the survival mode. I could be wrong. I don't know how that stuff works, but
it's a lot of coding.
I mean, it's a lot of
just
coding.
to put one, because the code's already there. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
really
yeah,
can't
that's
just
true. It's kind of like
open
the,
it up so 3 people can do survival mode.
It's kind of like the hack, or like it's not even a hack. It was like a trick in Untold Legends. Remember that PSP game, Untold Legends?
Yeah.
It was like Champions of Norath.
Yeah.
That's another sequel I want. Another Champions of Norath. That game was
Yo,
fucking great.
another Champions of Norath and another Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Stop playing.
Yeah, I was waiting on that one. I was
And
waiting
another
for you
X-Men
to say
Legend.
that.
Yo, another X-Men Legends. I need
waiting.
X-Men Legends
All right,
3.
so before we go into that real quick, so let me explain this mod.
Go ahead.
So what you did was, it wasn't a mod. What you do is you would go to story mode. It was 2 players co-op. But there were like these battle modes. You could do like you could fight each other in arenas. And it was 4 players or whatever. And I always wondered how to do 4 players co-op. So someone told me like, oh, if you go to the, because it was online, if you put in story mode, you put in battle mode, I believe, you put the max quantity to 4 players, and then you put the hold button down, and then what you do is you put your fingers in this awkward position, like you have to put your finger on the right, see your D-pad, and then you keep pressing X, and all of a sudden you do just like unflick it, and then you keep pressing X, and it will go to story mode, and then it will keep the 4 players. So that way you can play the entire game with 4 players instead of 2.
That would be sick.
And it was the greatest. It was like the greatest like hiccup, and people were wondering why they just add that in the first place. So that's that's the reason I don't blame you for saying that whole thing. Because I was reading a review on Metroid Prime, which is another sequel we want. It already got announced though. But all I want to say is I hope they bring the original trilogy to the Switch as well, because I want everybody to play the first 3. Because the second one, I love that one a lot. But anywho, I never played the third one. But as I was saying, they were talking about how developing Metroid Prime 2 was a hassle because they didn't know how to do the Dark Aether world, and they said they were putting too much of their like funding and their budget into like doing all these things in the Dark world, and they had to like hash all that, and they had to keep it like simple, but it still worked out in the end really well. So people still loved it, because I know I did. But anyways, it's enough of me talking. Sorry. Love me some Metroid Prime.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Today.
Bro.
Why we haven't got a third sequel is stupid.
Dude, now that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like dominating everything, this would be the perfect time to release Ultimate Alliance 3.
Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm talking Spider-Man. I'm talking Deadpool.
Captain America.
I'm talking Captain Marvel.
Thor.
I'm talking Superman.
I'm talking.
Whoa.
What?
If we had Superman, we wouldn't need help. He would just kill everybody.
Boy!
Think about it.
No, stop talking.
No,
We're done.
Just listen
I
for a
said
second.
Marvel.
You're in the wrong universe.
Ultimate
Okay,
Alliance.
let me keep it Marvel. Let me keep it Marvel. So
I said Marvel.
no, I'm just saying.
If you say Superman,
why don't they get one of their boys that's pretty much a god, put him in there, and he doesn't need help. He would just wipe everybody in a second.
Because, bro.
Because what?
They have other stuff they gotta attend to.
Well, he's a god.
Yeah, he got other stuff. He got godly stuff. Like
what? Like just flicking his finger and taking out a universe?
Yeah. Or maybe he's the universe.
Like Galactimus. Then he doesn't he eat? Yeah, he used to eat universe. He eats universes.
He eats planets.
Yeah,
I could have sworn.
you know, I didn't know. Like, I learned like Galactus is actually created to keep like the Celestials in check, because if he doesn't go around eating planets, which I think the Celestials turn into planets, right? Because wasn't Star-Lord's dad a Celestial?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like a planet, right?
Ego.
Yeah. So, what, you haven't seen it?
The second one?
Guardians 2?
I haven't seen Guardians 2 yet.
Spoiler alert. Anyways.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, 'cause I know he was like something. I know he was like a high almighty, like kind of like a.
He was a Celestial, I think. And they turned into planets.
That's
So
the reason-
Galactus
that's-
goes around and eat them, because if they go, unbalanced, it'll like throw the universe off or whatever. Or something.
Oh, so that's what Thanos is all about
Yeah,
too.
so Galactus goes around. Yeah, he balanced.
As all things should.
So Thanos is a Libra, because Libras are all about that balance, baby. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, sure,
Sure.
sure, buddy.
Yeah,
If you say so.
Let's go with that.
He's a Libra.
Yeah. No, what I was gonna say too is son of a gun. I actually lost it. No, keep going. It's gonna come to me.
Ultimate Alliance.
There's another sequel I wanted.
I need 4 people.
I need the
sitting in
X-Men.
the same room, dusting a whole bunch of different people.
I remember.
That's villains.
I remember. Super Mario 3D World.
Yo, we do need a sequel for that.
That
Stop
is the
playing.
most. That was like the greatest co-op game I have ever played.
Yes,
Because it was like the.
we need that.
I
We need
hope-
more characters though. I want Waluigi playable. Stop playing.
I want everybody to play that game at least. Well, honestly, this is the only time I want to sponsor a game really hard besides Metro and Metroid Prime and
All
whatever.
the other games we've been talking about.
And all the other games we've been talking about. But you guys need to get a Wii U or just wait till they, port it, because sooner or later they will have to. But Super Mario 3D World, by far, the best co-op game.
That game is fire,
it's probably like my second or third favorite Mario game. No, probably like my fourth. Because I would say Galaxy, Sunshine, then 3D World.
Mario 64 is my favorite of all
That
time.
game is trash.
But we can go into that at a later time.
That game is trash.
What?
Okay, give me one valid reason why that game is great.
I'm gonna be honest. To be honest, it's probably more of a nostalgic reasoning because it was like one of the first like 3D games like I ever played, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think the first 3D game I
But
played
like
was...
every world was dope. There was a lot of secrets. The riding the turtle shells. Like when the last time you were able to ride a turtle shell?
Yep.
Mario in 64.
But you know what's cool about Super Mario Sunshine? You can ride squids.
Mario Sunshine was
Sunshine
cool, but I
was
miss
dope.
punching people.
Squids, babe.
Punching
Squids,
people was
baby.
better. But you could ride a turtle shell on the land
You can ride a...
or water.
Oh, and I tell you, didn't you have to ride up the pyramid too to get inside it? Or the volcano?
I don't think you had to. I think I cheated and did that. Because you could fly to it, I think.
You can fly to it. But I swear you was able to ride a shell up there, right?
I think you could. I don't think you had to.
And then it's crazy because I'll never forget when you ride into the volcano. It was like that big ass area. I was like, whoa, God, it's a lot bigger than I thought. You gotta like...
Yeah. I was mad. You had to run all the way up it.
Yeah, and then you can fall
I
down.
think it was like 2 stars in it, too. So you had to go back, I think. That's another thing, yo.
Yeah, you had to get
Mario
all
was
the
fire.
stars and all that.
And there was a big secret when you got 124?
Oh, then you play as Yoshi?
No, you found Yoshi. He was at the top of the castle.
That's
Chilling.
right.
And I think he gave you a star just for finding him. He was like, yo, my nigga, what's up? Yeah, I've been chilling.
Oh,
Why
I
have you
forgot-
been helping me, Yoshi?
I forgot to add Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey. Is
I never
actually
played
better than
Odyssey,
one.
so...
You know what? I'll let you.
I played
borrow
it a
the
little
Switch.
bit.
I'll let you borrow my Switch and let you play that.
Alright. I played it a little bit, but I haven't really... I played it in your house. I'm bugging.
Wait
yeah.
a minute. How can I forget the other game? What was it? Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Yeah, that is a
Xenoblade?
sequel.
Yo, no, that like I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a good game, but Xenoblade Chronicle X, I feel like has like its own own area because
X needs to...
just revamp its online mode. That's
Yeah.
it. Everything else is
If they
fucking
do a
perfect.
sequel, the game was dope. The single player was awesome. They just need to, like, they set it up to like where you thought you was about to play with your friends. It was gonna be sick, and y'all gonna explore the world together. And then you just had like a couple missions, and that was it.
Yeah, and let me tell you what happens. This is how all of them happen. You get a mission, fight like
Yeah.
a level 20 like gorilla, and then people are like, okay, run to your mech, get in it, and it's hit it like 2 times dead, and that was it. That was it. There was sometimes we were in a cave and you couldn't do it, but the enemies were so dang weak, and you were killing them like in 4 hits. But it was still fun because you were with people, and that made it great. But I wish they were longer. I wish they were harder, man. It's kind of like how I felt about Final Fantasy 12, because Final Fantasy 12, when I played it on the remaster, it felt way easier than the original one.
Yeah.
Because the original one, damn, they beat the heck out
Yo,
of it.
you know what we need? Speaking of Final Fantasy, I know everybody wants this Final Fantasy 7 remake, but we need a Final Fantasy 7 sequel. If y'all haven't played Dirge of Cerebros, Cerberus, however you say the freaking dog's name, Genesis is still... Spoiler alert! Genesis is still alive.
And the only way you find that out is playing online. That's the only way you found that
No,
out.
you find out by beating it. You have to beat the hard mode or something.
Did you? No, I
Yeah.
swear they said you had to beat, because there was an online mode to it, and I wanted
Yeah,
to
it
play
was.
that too.
I never
wonder
played
if there's
it.
a private server for that, actually.
I think it was only in Japan.
It was only in Japan, but I wonder if they have a private server for that, because it looked cool. You could be a drunk.
Regardless, Genesis is still alive. I'd rather see an ending to the Final Fantasy VII story than see a granted, I'm hyped for the remake.
I mean, they might do it.
wonder how
I don't know if they're
handle
gonna
the
do it. I
remake.
think they forgot about it. Square, let me know if y'all forgot about it.
I wonder how they're
And
going
I
to handle
could
the
never
remake.
stop having these dreams of seeing an ending to Final Fantasy VII.
Dude, I don't know why, but after Final Fantasy 15, I don't know how... I have low expectations for 7 Remake.
I do too.
Why? I mean, did you hate 15?
I didn't hate
Or
15,
what?
but all the
But
things we were
it
told
felt-
versus all the things we got,
It was unfinished.
it was. Like, okay,
It left you. It was a solid game, but it left you feel like after you beat it, you were like,
there were so many gaps in the story.
Yeah.
And they never explained what
You
happened.
just felt like you had more questions
like when
than
Gladios came
answers
back.
at the end of the story.
When Gladios came back, what happened to you? Oh, nothing too big.
Yeah,
There's
they just gonna overlook
big
that.
ass scar in your chest. What the fuck happened? And then with Prompto.
Man. That part made no
Dude, that was
sense.
the dumbest fucking thing. He was like, he just walks up to it. They're like, we can't get it. And he's like, one sec, guys.
I get it.
And they're like,
And then they were like, what happened? He's like, yeah, I think I used to be an experiment here.
they're like, what?
What?
And
Yeah,
then-
I'm a robot. And they're like, okay.
and then
You're
with
still cool? Yeah.
Amos as well.
Yeah.
When he lost his eye.
Trash.
Let me go on another subject. One thing that pissed
And
me
then
off.
you gotta find out like all the other stories through DLC. That's a man.
No, that's what I was gonna get to. This subject where they said they came out the Royal Edition, everything included. Okay, we got a DLC, we got Commander mode, Comrade. I want to try that too.
One day.
And they were like, this is like the definitive edition. I'm like, okay, cool. I can play it, and apparently it's gonna feel more finished. That's what people were saying. I was like, okay, I'll give it a run through. And then I found out like a week and a half ago, they were said, hold up, guys, they're coming out with a new season batch. Then we got, the Arden DLC, which is going to tell the backstory of Arden. Which if they do it, I hope they do like a Crisis Core.
Yes, exactly.
Then they have Lunafreya before she dies. Then they have one after she dies. And then they have a final one for Noctis. And people are speculating that it's going to be about him, fighting the other 13 Armigers because he doesn't like how he was fated to die. So he's gonna get like back at him for it. But so they say. And that does happen.
The Kings? The
other Kings. The other Kings. Because he was fated to die.
We waited
Wells
how
to
many
die.
years for that game?
I mean, we could have
And
waited.
we're still waiting for it.
We could have waited another 2 years. I mean, people still play 14.
The game came out and we're still waiting for the game.
14's
It
a
makes
great MMO.
no sense,
We're just gonna throw
Square.
it out there. 14's a great MMO.
14?
It's free.
That's another topic for another time because 14... Final Fantasy 14 is one of my favorite MMOs, but I hate MMOs. So...
DCO used to be my favorite until they...
We're not talking about that. We're talking about sequels. Speaking of sequels, y'all know they redid Defiance 2015 or Defiance?
They redid it?
Yeah, it's
Like-
free to
like-
play. It's on PS4 right now.
Like redid it like new graphics.
Like they revamped it, the graphics, but it's like the same game. It comes with all like the DLC, and they have classes now instead of
I
like
don't
the.
think I'm gonna play it.
No,
I know
said
DCO is doing the same thing.
one day I'm bored. I might download it, run through the story, never play it again.
Honestly, I think if anything, if I was gonna play again, it would probably be Final Fantasy 14 because I truly miss that game.
But I got friends trying to get me back into it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Getting the. That's not important.
Yo, second of what other sequels though?
Star Fox Assault.
Yo, we need another
no,
real Star Fox.
We need another Star Fox, and we need another F-Zero. I want another F-Zero.
Star Fox is coming out.
No, they got a game called what's that called? Starlink?
Starlink, yeah, and then
It's like a
and then they have
Ubisoft game?
He has a cameo appearance in it.
Yeah. On the Switch version, you're gonna be able to use Star Fox, but it's not a real Star Fox game.
Okay.
Damon Machina is gonna be the game.
It
of the
looks
year.
cool.
Damon Machina, baby. Can't wait for that game. Damon
Yeah,
Machina.
that game looks dope. Yeah, let's talk about some sequels that we know are coming out. That game looks dope. Damon
Machina. It's not a sequel, but it's pretty much a spiritual successor of Armored Core 4.
Yeah, the
or
people who made Armored
series.
Core making it. It looks pretty sick. I'm hyped for Last of Us 2.
I will watch. I never played Last of Us, but I will
It's a
watch
great
somebody
games.
play it.
Bro,
Last of
I will
Us.
play the first one for you one day. We can have
No,
that.
I know. I already know the story.
Oh, okay,
I'd rather watch it than play it.
I'm not-
If you
I'm not-
understand what I'm getting.
No, I'm that way with a bunch of games.
That's how I feel because like the game is so cinematic that it feels like you're watching a
Yeah.
movie anyways. Especially if they play it right. 'cause I know I
Yeah,
did.
I'm that way with the like Silent Hill games. Like I don't want to play them, but I love watching them.
Because Silent Hill, honestly, Silent Hill is like a podcast episode on its own because like the amount of like psychological
the
errors and the
story,
issues you go into, the
yeah.
story, the character, everything
It's
about that game was
crazy,
just so
bro.
well rounded. 1, 2, and 3. People didn't like 4, but I enjoyed 4 a lot. I thought that
That
was
needs a
crazy.
sequel too, yo. Silent Hill needs a real sequel. They had the PT thing going
We were
on.
gonna get a Silent Hills with Norman Reedus, but
We need a Silent Hill sequel. Y'all need to stop playing.
I don't want a Silent Hill sequel from Konami because they do another like a Metal Gear Solid Survivor or whatever. No,
Yo, we need a Metal Gear Revengeance sequel or Rising, whatever it ended up. I forget what it.
it's Platinum Game. If
The one
Platinum Game
Raiden,
does
right?
it,
Yeah, but Raiden.
Raiden?
Raiden.
Yeah.
Bro, we need that sequel. That game was tough. Yo, it was a dope action game.
I would have voted for him.
Oh yeah.
Senator actually had he was one of the antagonists that actually had a good reason for what he wanted to do. Like his ideology was like, he didn't want the weak, he didn't want to keep the weak around because they were just like, mooching off everyone else, and he just only wanted the strong to survive, or the people that wanted to live, survival of the fittest. So that's the reason why he wanted to do that, but
he wasn't strong himself, so we had to cut him down.
He beat the shit out of everybody though.
But he didn't beat my boy, Raiden, the god of thunder. Swing, 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 swing.
Wait,
Swing, swing.
Shut up, boy. I had to pull out the Kratos on you, boy.
Boy, I want to hear it.
Yo, we need an X sequel, bro. Mega Man X sequel.
Yeah,
Stop
they're coming
playing.
up with a collection. So
Yo,
I
collection, I'm hype.
think they will probably
Next month.
No. Like 2 weeks from now.
What? Stop playing.
I think the 24th.
Mega Man X6 is the best one. I want a Mega Man 0.
I might be streaming that, boys.
I want a Mega Man. I want a
Mega Man Zero
like
sequel.
like a not a remaster. Yeah, like a remaster, like revamped graphics. Hell, even if they
That would
just
be
make the
sick.
games HD. I don't know. Just make that game again. That game was.
I need an X9.
Yeah, it's fine. Yo, X9.
X9 would be so.
That game was the
These
best
day and
series.
age with these graphics, bro. But I need a real like Mega Man X9. I don't want to do y'all. Don't do this like Mega Man X8 was like 3D-ish.
7 and 8 were 3.
Don't do this 3D-ish. We need
You
the
want to film
2D. We need 2D graphics, straight running one way across the map the whole time. I don't need all this two ways, whatever you want to call it. I don't need none of this fancy stuff for my Mega Man X game. I need, this might be nostalgia talking, but that was the best.
No, it really was.
Mega Man
was the best.
Mega Man X6 was the shit. I don't care what anybody
You try to
says.
fix what's not broken, and you get bad games.
Mega Man X5 was good,
X5
but
was
X6, I
X5
love the
was
levels. I love the characters.
X6
The
was
reason
so
why I hate
hard,
X5 a
bro.
lot because getting Zero on my side again, it was like clickbait. It was
Remember, like,
it
yo,
was gambling.
that's what I hate about X5 is like, yo, like, if you pick Zero, use him the whole time, he got all the upgrades. You do the little shuttle thing, and then you don't get him back.
Well, no. There's ways to get.
But I didn't know that the first time.
But we didn't know that. We were kids. We were stupid.
I still did it. Like
I ain't know that the first time, bro.
The first time I played X5 and I did it, Zero didn't die. So
Yeah,
so
sometimes
I didn't
you don't.
know- I didn't know Zero was supposed to die like when I played it.
I
Dude,
was
I'll
so
never
mad
forget
when
when
I
I
lost
used
him,
the laser beam and that one, and then like when it hit it, normally most of the time it didn't kill it or it didn't blow it up. But it was that one time I used it and it ended it. I was
Yeah.
like,
One time I just used it right off the bat, and I blew it up. I was like,
so.
and it, like the stages were all lit up, and I could like beat the last boss. I was like, this is crazy.
I was like, excuse me? What the heck?
It's they literally just roll the dice because I think the percentage is like super low.
Yeah, it's like
So basically,
10% or something.
If you go through each each level and don't die, and then just like beat, I think the first 4 or the first 5 of them, then you can just use the laser and it'll work.
Oh, so it's like guaranteed.
No, I don't think it's guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed,
But it's high
But you have a higher
really
percentage,
high
yeah.
percentage of it working.
So you don't have to send
So-
Zero to the
So
shuttle.
Cat was pretty much saying like the reason why Zero died because you fucking sucked at the game. If you didn't die a lot.
There's a
Okay.
chance, bro.
But even still, like he can use the shuttle and get out alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
the
percentage
first,
thing,
the
too.
first time I did it, he got in the shuttle and he got out alive.
Man, the first time I did it, he didn't come back.
Do you know what
He
Death?
came back all Super Saiyan, talking noise. Yeah. That freaking fresh beat came on, bro.
That beat was hard with the choir. Oh.
Yeah. Yo, that song was fire.
I was like, is he a god? Living on the moon?
They've been glowing purple and stuff. I'm like, bro, you got all my power ups.
Dude, you know,
I was
okay.
mad.
There was now that we're talking about deaths that I didn't wasn't expecting, or like things that would happen that you would lose somebody. Tales Symphonia, Zelos died on me. Because when you had to fight Zelos when he turned into an angel, and you had to fight him, I fought him. And next, after I beat him, he was like, "Oh, you gotta do this, go on without me. I'm sorry." And then he dies, and then Kratos joins my team. I was like, "Okay, well, I like Kratos more anyway."
I had everybody.
And then my brother Chris
No,
played
Kratos
it.
stayed. And Zelos stayed on my team.
Kratos stays on your team too?
Kratos, no, he stayed with his other dad. Lloyd's, spoiler alert.
Everything here is a spoiler alert.
If people haven't played and beaten Tales of Phone, that game is how old? 2004, 2005.
But no, Kratos met Lloyd's other dad, and they like chilled at the same place.
Wait. So, excuse me, hold on, wait. So, isn't Kratos Lloyd's dad?
Yes.
But Lloyd has another dad.
Yeah, the gremlin, or not gremlin. What was it? Dwarf?
Oh, that's right. And his foster dad or his adopted father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously he wasn't related to it, but didn't know who Lloyd's dad was. But
that's the one I gave him that horse, right?
What?
Was that the one I gave him that little horse that you travel around the world map with? Was that unicorn looking thing?
I don't remember the horse.
It wasn't a horse. It was like some unicorn looking creature.
You might be right, but I don't remember it for some reason.
All right, I got another one though. Another sequel. Remember Harmony of Dissonance? Or not Harmony of Dissonance. Harmony of Despair. Castlevania.
Yes.
That was a fun behind game, and the maps were really great too. You can have it zoomed out and see what everybody's doing. You have it zoomed in just on you, and you can just work that level. It was, and you can play co-op. What was it? You can still do 4 players
6 players co-op.
It was 6 players co-op, but I think when you played, on one console, I think it was only 4 players co-op.
Yeah, one console was only 4, but
and it was really hard to do it that way too. Anyways, because the camera wouldn't follow everybody. It wasn't doing the.
That's why I like playing online because everybody could just be doing their own thing.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
So I'd be at the last boss, you still chilling at the other part of the stage.
You're still walking, trying to figure out where the heck everybody's
at.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear the boss thing going like, and you're like, wait, where's everybody? And you can't get in. You're like, no, let me in.
Bro, the game was bees. But you know what I liked about the game? It was a lot of skill. Like your equipment and stuff mattered, but if you knew how to play, like you be
and how to use everybody. Yeah, because everybody played completely different.
Yeah,
like Soma was like based off of Soul Stealing. My boy, what was it? I used him all the time. He had that one wrecking ball, and I just spammed them as doop doop doop, and then he had the chick from Escalatia, and then but everybody played differently.
To that though. The game was fire.
It was great. Everybody had their game mechanic. In the game, and that's what I was like. This is a great crossover where people still have their mechanics that made them that.
So if you played one Castlevania and you were used to how that character played, you literally went into this game, used that same character, and he had the same mechanics.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of
pretty dope.
It's kind of similar to how Monster Hunter works. Like if you use a different weapon, it's like playing the game completely over because you have to learn how to use that weapon, how to fight the enemies with that weapon or the bosses with that weapon. Same thing with Castlevania. Like they still had the same how they attack. Some of them would attack differently, but they still had the same mechanic of how to attack. But their special abilities mechanic, it was completely different a lot of times. And you're just geez, and they all leveled up differently. Yeah. How to level them up, The Soma, I think you had to keep collecting their souls.
Yeah, you had to collect souls, so you had to keep killing enemies, and you got a chance for their soul to drop or whatever.
Aria of Sorrows, best Castlevania game. I never played Dawn. I played Dawn of Sorrows, never beat it, but Aria of Sorrows, that was probably the best Game Boy, one of the best Game Boy Advance games. Not better than Mega Man Zero, though.
Yo, the sequel that I'm most excited for, Soul Calibur 6.
Hey,
I am about to body everybody online.
Oh, yeah, Talon got announced, and they brought my girl back.
Talon is
because
back.
I keep telling people, I'm like, listen, if you play Soul Calibur 2 and I pick Talon, you're not going to beat me.
Whoa.
I'll play you right now. I'll play you right now.
You got a challenge here, boys.
I will.
When I break out Nightmare,
Ruthless Soul Calibur.
I will be your Nightmare.
Oh,
I will kick you off the stage. I just got one combo to use. I'll kick you off the stage.
You talking about that jump kick, the doo-doo, when he jumps and kicks you 2 times and knocks you.
Listen.
I'll never forget the combo. It was YYXXX. It was hood.
Listen,
hood,
boys.
Kick.
If they announce Yun Soing, y'all might as well not pick up the controller.
What happened to him?
He was in the last one.
He was in the last one?
I think.
Because there's a lot of times they don't.
He had a bandana on or something.
Because I remember when they had what was it, 3? They had pretty much everybody. I think 3 they had pretty much everybody.
He was in 3. He was in 4. I'm pretty sure he was in 5, man. He just had a bandana. He played a little differently.
They got Yoshimitsu.
Oh yeah, they had that Yoshimitsu.
I suck with Yoshimitsu. He's a beast though.
Fun.
I'm better with Taki.
Taki's back. She's back, and I'm so excited for her.
But if Yun Soing's in the game, y'all might as well not even pick up the controller, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid and I first played Soul Calibur 2, And I saw Taki, and then I saw the Jiggle Factor when I was a kid. I was like, what?
I thought it was like OD. I was like, what?
And it was like she took one step. She took one step, like boom.
Ivy was just like that, wearing next to nothing.
Ivy was the original thick gaming goddess, bro.
Ivy, Talum, Taki was the only. No,
Taki too.
Talum was like Taki, not Taki. Talum, she was kind of like a branch.
Yeah, compared to everybody else.
Compared to everybody else. I'm missing somebody.
Oh, yeah, Cassandra, bro.
And no,
Sophia?
Sophia. And then there's I forgot her name, the Chinese name. Swing. You know what one of them.
Zinao.
Yui, Zingwei.
It's like XIA, like
if I see it, I know this.
Yeah, she has like the sword, and she like.
Yeah,
she was beast.
Hood.
No, she was.
She was bees. She wasn't one of my favorite characters, but she was bees when you know how to use her. Everybody's nasty in the game. You know how to use her.
Everybody's kind of nasty.
I used to, I used to hate fighting. It was Maxie.
Dude, I love Maxie.
Bro, I used to get so mad. Make you shake.
I'm like, spin him around in the hair.
Yeah, that's what I hated the most when he spin you around.
The way he slaps the shit out of you. When he slaps, he's like, spin that shit. He's like, oh.
Yo, I used to be so mad, bro.
Yo, talk out of this.
And what's the pirate guy too? I hated him too.
Cervantes.
Bro, I hated that guy too, bro.
He had that one when he would hover, he's like, oh. Boom.
Bro, I'd rather fight Nightmare all day. Like,
dude, I love Astaroth though. Astaroth was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, I hated him too.
He's a grappler.
Well, his attacks do so much damage, but he's
so slow. But if you get hit, you gotta pray you can get up in time because I would just keep it going.
Bro.
Yeah.
Because he had that one movie you like spin in a circle and if you're in a corner, oh man.
You know who's nasty? And I don't know if he was in the last one, but Zaslamil. The black dude with the scythe.
He was in 4. He's gonna be in 6. He's gonna be in 6 though.
Is he? Yeah. That guy was nasty.
I'll never get that combo when you do that rising slash and you grab him,
bro.
Dude, he was my boy.
Cheese, bro. He was so cheese.
He was fast. He was kind of hard to use.
He had long reach and he was fast, bro. I hated him.
I'll never forget his.
But he was dope because he was black.
I was so happy when Link was in 2.
Dude, when he had that charging attack, like when he like charged at you, and
or his regular spin attack, and he just charge it and then just spin around with.
Or when you throw the bomb at them, and then you get like, remember that combo they showed the commercial all the time when you like hit him in the air and you shoot with the arrow? And I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Bro, he was cheese.
No, my favorite move with Link was probably like the rising stab. He was like, yeah. He did it like 3 times.
There was that one. And I think there was another one. He would like go like this or something like that. When he would do like an air attack, when he would go like 1, 2, and then I think we're still talking about Tekken, but I think there was somebody that had an attack where they do like 3 kicks. They do like 3 air kicks. They go like 1, 2, and then like
that's Taki. That's Taki. She does like it's high, low, and then in the
yeah. They had like those crazy ass
kicks.
Kicks.
Bees, bro. Taki's so nasty. She did the Susanoo drop on people, bro.
Oh yeah, when
she grab them and drop them on their head.
That's that body slam when she just like woo.
Bro, I hated her. I lied. She's nasty. Oh, she could like blow you up too with her arms or whatever.
Yep.
Bro,
she
was
like
nasty.
Boom.
Bro,
she was gambiting people, man.
She was beast though.
She was gambit.
Yeah. She touched the ground and it blew up.
What about my boy Keelik? They brought him back.
Keelik's cheese too.
Keelik was that one attack everybody did.
Bro, I used to hate it.
That one, and then the one he like sweeps the ground. It was either they sweep the ground or they do this. And then you started like thinking like which one are they gonna do?
My favorite was just when he stuck you straight with the pole.
Dude, like when you like this, it like felt like it hit you in the neck. You're like,
the range, bro. I hated him. I hate anybody with range and speed. Like, how do you got both? It sucks. Cause I always just like freaking Taki and Young Song, and they're fast, but they got to be super close most of the time. But Taki was dope because I think she had a little teleport.
That's why I'm so excited for 6, man. I'm so excited for 6.
I want to get into Tekken. I mean, I'm actually getting into Tekken really badly. I want to get into the competitive nature of it, but I want to buy 7. But people are saying, you should buy 7 because 8's probably not coming out for like another 2 years from now.
Probably not longer than that. I'd be surprised if it came out sooner than.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting Tekken 7 and starting doing some streams on that.
They had Jin in 5.
Yep.
Yeah, and Soul Calibur 5.
Yep.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know
They have
that.
Geralt now in Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah,
Geralt
but I
Rivera.
don't care about that guy. He's probably gonna be a beast though. But
People,
Yeah,
people
probably.
love The Witcher 3. I mean, don't get me wrong. Witcher 2, great behind game. I never played the story, but the reason why I got it because it looked beautiful and the combat system was fun. But I didn't want to. I had the Dragon Age syndrome where when you did everything,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, you get to like the next half of it. Like I thought I was almost done with the game, and then I get to the other half of the map, and I get this
You're like,
big ass map. I'm like, I'm not doing this all over again. And then I stopped playing it. I pretty much 100% in every single area. And then when I found out there was another other half of the game, I was like, you know
yeah,
what?
you're like,
I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore.
Gave
It's
up.
not that fun.
It wasn't that fun. Like it was, and plus it was a desert area. I was like, no. There's probably sinkholes. Remember PSL? Remember episode 4 where we had like the little sinkholes?
Yeah.
And then I put I put a telepipe like right at the middle, so when they were like
Bro,
telepipe in and
you're
it falls like around.
Yeah, I remember somebody was laughing so hard when we did it to him.
That was probably me because I was always
Yeah,
the
it was
person that would
you.
time it. I'd be like, all right, let me use Ryuk, and then like right in the middle. And so like the moment they come in, I'd be like, they see 3 different ones. Like, take the red one. They'd be like, okay. They come in, and the next thing you know, you just see
The
see their
health
health drop, boom, and they'd be like, what the fuck, Ark? I'm like,
Should have streamed it. Took a picture every time you got somebody with that.
Oh, I got bad news for you, by the way. Shit hack. Sorry,
All
you
right,
need to say
I know what you're
shit
talking
hack.
about. It's going
The server, apparently they lost all the characters. They lost all the
Well, I'm not that mad about it.
data. Yeah, I could play it over again, honestly, if I wanted to. But, what's the next conversation?
Plus, I think I started on the other one. Vash taught me to do it on the other server.
Y'all got.
Oh.
I don't remember the name.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You did.
PSO2 needs to come to the States, by the way. That's a sequel that's...
PSO2 needs to be a lot harder. They can make
It
a
needs
lot harder.
changes. I'm not gonna lie, but it needs to come to the States.
Because range is so fucking broken.
I haven't played it in a while. They have a whole new... They got a new class, and that class is OP.
Yeah, but
Hero class or something.
I wouldn't be
That's
shocked if it
OP.
has any range, because I'll never forget range.
No,
was
it's
fucking
melee.
broken.
It's both. It has like the sword, and it uses twin guns, and it uses a casting weapon. I just don't remember which one it was, but
Yeah,
it's
that's-
OP.
Yeah, that sounds like a Vanguard from Phantasy Star Portable.
It's
Phantasy Star
different.
Portable, they couldn't use Class S on a lot of weapons, but they could pretty much use like all the
The one hand weapon.
yeah.
See, this one they use like the best of. I don't even say the best. I don't know. He uses the sword, twin guns, and something else. It might be the pet, whatever the summoner was. I might use that.
Wait, the summer?
Yeah,
The summer?
there's a summoner in it now.
A summer, like a season?
Summoner.
Oh, summoner. Oh,
Sugoi.
I didn't know that.
Stupid. So, any more sequels we got to think of?
No, hold
That
on,
are
wait.
coming out? There was one I think was coming out besides Smash.
I want another SSX game.
Yeah, we need another. Yo, I want another Amp game. Remember Amp?
Dude!
Yep.
From the Xbox?
Yes.
That was the only one, wasn't it?
There was 2. The one I had was 2. There might have been 3, but I think I had 2.
Another Skate. Oh my god, and another Skate. Skate was a great behind game.
Why don't they just give us another Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
They're not gonna do
I
that.
think they lost the rights or something.
Man, Tony Hawk Pro Skater was my jam.
I don't know, man. All the Tony Hawk games.
They were kind
been-
of falling off after a
Yeah.
while. Because I did, like, Tony Hawk Ride was dumb. Tony Hawk 8 was pretty cool. That was a big one.
Man, the last dope one was Underground.
Underground 2 was great.
Underground 2, yeah.
Yeah.
With Bam Margera and everybody. With
All
the,
the Tony
World
Hawk
Tour.
games at the Underground 2 were trash.
Well,
Right. The remake of the first one was cool, but Underground 2 was the last like dope one to me.
no, American Wasteland was good.
American wasn't bad. Underground was better.
Yeah, Underground's a lot better. Because I remember, I'll never forget when they were talking about like they want to get rid of loading screens, so they made it so like everything was like
Yeah.
interchangeable. That was pretty
It
revolutionary.
was cool.
But what else can I say? Dang, I just said it too. Mother flipping.
SSX?
No, not SSX. It was
That skate.
I already said Skate. Son of a gun. What was it? It was will. I promise you.
You're not gonna remember.
I promise you.
Whatever game you're thinking about is probably trash, anyways.
It's good trash.
It's good trash. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. Borderlands. Yeah, that needs a sequel, bro.
I got to ride with the scooter.
Has it been confirmed that they're making
They
another
are
one?
making another one, yeah.
Hey, you know what they need? Speaking of first-person co-op shooters, is Left 4 Dead.
Dude.
Yeah.
I think someone said. Okay, this is a huge ass rumor.
I heard there was a rumor of a third one coming, but
Yeah, but there's always been rumors of a third one coming for like ever. But if they made a third one, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't mind it. Like an up-to-date version.
the graphics for Left 4 Dead games are so bad.
Yeah.
But it's
just so much fun.
But they're
they're
so
much fun
old.
though. They're old.
They're really old. They were like 2010 when 2 came out. 2000.
Yeah. I just feel like those
2011?
games. Those games were so dope. Like I felt like I missed the wave when everybody was playing it, and then but even when I played it, there was still like a good amount of people still playing that game or still wanting to play that game. Like, yo, I haven't tried that yet. You trying to play? Yeah. Yo, I got
that
it.
game too. A lot.
Yeah. The game is pretty
Especially the
dope.
versus mode. Oh my god, the versus
The
mode. is so
mods
fun.
on Steam though, like amplify that game to make it 300 times better, and it's a dope game.
dude. There was a Silent Hill mod I was playing. It scared the shit out of me.
Bro, there's a Tom Cruise mod where he's the Old Spice Tom Cruise and he chases you. Bro, it's so funny.
Oh, you mean Terry Crews?
Terry Crews. I said
I
Tom
was like,
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I'm so
I thought he was gonna be like, you can't catch me,
tripping.
gay thoughts. But no, dude. No, what was it? Where were we playing the Resident Evil? The Resident Evil was you,
Bro,
Snow,
that was
Carlos, and
these
I.
two.
And then I'll never forget when I had the my Terry Crews mod. All I heard was power.
Yo, it's so
That shit scared the fuck out of you because it was a charger. All you just hear the disc and you hear Terry Crews going like, man, I want to get that man. And you hear power.
Yo, it's so deep.
No man, and then what was it? And then my tank was something from Silent Hill, and that thing was scary as shit,
Yeah, bro,
dude.
you can make that game like super scary, or you can make it like funny, dude. It's so beast. The mods in that game is so dope.
I made I think you were playing as a waifu. Carlos was playing as Leon S. Kennedy. I was playing as a Batman Beyond. I'm trying to remember who the other one
Oh
was.
my god.
Dude, the mods in that game is beast.
And it's funny because he was getting fucked up. I didn't see his waifu going like, oh. Especially when you see
It
Terry
was
Crews.
the dope too. Is like he could set his mods, and we could be whatever he wants on his screen, and like you can set your own stuff. So whatever there, you could whatever you set.
Yeah, it was all separate. So they didn't have to be what I
So
had.
like
They could
you
be
could
whatever
have
they
like the
want.
Resident Evil cast or something, and then you could have like the Silent Hill cast if you wanted. And someone could just have the normal cast, but it's pretty beast.
Ooh, Dragon's Dogma. I'll let you
Yo,
see that.
Dragon Dogma sequel. Stop playing. Give us online. 4 player, at least 4 players co-op.
At least 2 players co-op.
Or bring-
because 2 players co-op with 2 pawns. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Never really liked the game.
the game is fire.
It was great. The only thing that sucked about it was
And
you
I
had to
didn't
run
think I was
on
gonna
foot.
like it.
You had to run on foot everywhere.
That was the biggest problem on the game.
And then when you accept the quest, you couldn't like turn it down. And if you turn it down, it's gone forever.
Yeah,
Because I'll never
which
forget.
I didn't kind of mind, but I just like walking everywhere did suck. That was like the only thing that did not.
But that's what the adventure was too. Because like I'll never
What,
get.
everywhere.
No, just
every
time.
time.
Just hear me out. There was a mission. I'll never forget when you first get to. I was at Grand Solon,
It's great. Yeah, the castle area.
Yeah, the castle. I'll never forget, like, the first
Every
side
time.
quest I accepted was, like, an escort mission, and then this black man comes out of nowhere. And then, like, he wanted me to take him, and that's when I didn't have any of the map explored anywhere. And then he wanted me to take him all the way the fuck north. I'm like, how the fuck is that? Dude, I was traveling on the edge of the map in the forest, like, nothing's gonna attack me. Next thing you know it, all of a sudden I see like a fucking health bar pop up. I'm like, excuse me? And you say, come here, just come out of nowhere, attacking a black dude. I'm like, oh! And then I was hitting it and I was barely doing any damage. Let me tell you, it took me like about 2 days to kill that damn thing.
Bro,
2 days?
2 days. It was hard. It was hard.
the game was fun though.
But when you had those pawns, had those really good abilities, especially the magicians, where they like some of the meteors
Yo,
or anything.
when I first my pawn learned that move, She just kept spamming all the
There was,
time.
there
bro.
was that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
There was the big ass ice one.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about too, the dungeons in that game were actually really fun. Because remember when you go deeper and then there's like the zombies that come out of nowhere, and they were actually zombies, and you'd be like,
And
oh
a lot of stuff you
shit.
could find, like if you explore it, where you find all these treasure chests and secret areas, and you find better weapons.
That game was just fucking
Game was
beautiful. That game was
man.
beautiful.
You just
That
need
was,
co-op.
Yeah.
that was one of the best online games, or best
Co-op.
adventure games I played.
Capcom, stop playing with your boy.
All right, I got nothing else.
Capcom, you need to stop playing with a lot of these games. The only thing you've done right, actually, Capcom has been kind of on the ball lately, but
Oh, wait, how have they been on the ball?
well, because we got the Monster Hunter World finally,
Mm.
which was a great game, and it was kind of what the fans been asking for a long time. I don't know how Street Fighter's doing, but it looked cool to me.
Street Fighter's fun.
I think
It's always been fun. It's very
Yeah.
hard to mess up Street Fighter at this point.
it's better than 4, I think, right?
Nah,
No?
I don't think people like it more than 4 yet.
Oh, then I won't speak on Street Fighter, but you're finally bringing Resident Evil 2, the remake out, and you're not just doing a freaking
And they're
HD
bringing back
remake.
Devil
They're
May
actually
Cry.
like redoing the game.
And they're- yeah,
Devil May Cry looks
It's
sick.
coming
That's
back.
another sequel that I'm hyped for. Like Nero's back in the building, yo. And I was wondering what happened to my boy, bro. It looks sick though.
What else? Son of a gun. I just had it and I lost it again. Dag nabbit. What was it? It was mother flipping.
Don't hurt yourself.
It was a Capcom game. It was not Devil May Cry. It was. Shit. Was it Street Fighter? No. No, Marvel vs. Capcom. That's the only thing they really dropped the ball.
Oh yeah,
Marvel vs. Capcom. The new because I played it.
It was.
I did not enjoy that. Like that's the reason why I can't
It
be.
was terrible.
That's the reason why I can't be a famous YouTuber, because I know a lot of people would say, "Hey, CJ, you should play the new Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game." I'll be like, "Nope, fuck that game." No.
It's so bad.
It looks, the art style is bad. Ugh. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
It's not
was
even
the
coming
shit.
to the Evo. Evo was like, nah, we're just gonna put
Nah,
Dragon
we
Ball
good.
Fighters instead.
We got enough.
You know, like in and then they put the new Blast Blue game.
That game was alright.
Blast Blue is fun.
But no, I want to see if they were to bring any game back, I want to see another Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, because Tatsunoko vs.
Yeah,
Capcom,
that
that
was
game
sick.
was legit. Especially when you Burke, they're like Burke.
I don't
Lane
think
was
people
dope.
remember that game. I really think a lot of people have forgotten about that one right there. That one's such a deep cut.
Oh, not a lot of people knew about it. 'cause it
Zero
was
was
for the
in
Wii.
that before he was in Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
And that was the Mega Man Zero, because he had his
Yeah.
Mega Man Zero weapons. He had the spear, he had the saber.
Bro, he was nasty.
He was crazy in that game too.
Yeah, boy.
All right, that's all I got. Play Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
Yeah,
Love it.
if you haven't played it, download Dolphin. And don't pirate it, but
Do
buy
what you
the
gotta do to
game
play it. Do
and
whatever you
download
gotta
it on
do.
your computer.
If you pirate it, I didn't tell you to do it. So
What? How do you even pirate? Anyways, you guys have a good day.
Disney deal.